to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something, completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.
Oscar Bevis, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Baffled here in Bolton at the Vinco Boxing Show. Jack Catterall joins me. Jack, thanks for giving me some of your time. Really appreciate it. How are you, mate?
Yeah, well, good, thank you. Tom Stalker's first show tonight. Come down to support him and support the lads fighting. Good night, looking forward to the main event coming up next, Liam Taylor.
Yeah. There's a lot of small hall boxing at the moment, and I suppose to stand out, you kind of got to get the production value. You've got to put on good fights. I know he's been running around like a blue-ass fly, but I'm pretty sure he'll be pleased with how it's gone. Just kind of the setup and everything, it feels very professional for a small hall show.
Yeah, it does. I think he's done a good job tonight, good production. I know there's been a lot of ups and downs with fights on and off this last week or two, so that must be a lot of stress for him, but he's pulled it off, and I think everyone seems to be enjoying themselves down there.
Yeah, really good, and like you said, looking forward to the main event. You know what I'm going to ask you? It's kind of been the talking point for the last however many months. I suppose kind of the floor is yours for where we stand at the moment. It's a fight everyone's absolutely begging to see again. You and Josh, kind of where do we stand as we're here now?
Yeah, no, so I think we talked about it probably a month or two ago now, and I kind of put it over to Josh. There is talks going on behind the scene for that fight. We've seen Josh has got a new training team. We tried to make the fight for this year. It's looking like it's going to go into 23 now. I'm in the gym and ready for the fight. It's up to Josh really. He said he wants to fight. He's staying at 140. He's got the WBO world title. Massive fight to be made.
Yeah, if it is to go into 2023, because of the run of momentum you had with all the wins, and okay, it didn't go your way that night, but because of the performance as well, you're on such a good string of boxing performances. Would you want to perhaps get out before, or is it, look, the next fight for me has to be this, you can't have one before, it has to be this Josh Taylor?
Yeah, it has to be that fight. They stole all 4 world titles off me last time. He's got 1 left, so I need to go and take that from him and then push on from there.
Yeah. Is it going to be one where we're going to see a bit more talk before it's potentially made, or is it, I know you said there was talks about a month ago, is there still a lot going on behind the scenes as we speak now, or has it kind of gone a little bit quiet?
No, I wouldn't say it's gone quiet. I think things are pretty much there or thereabouts. It's listen, I'm in the gym training, preparing like I always am. I leave that to my lawyer and the relevant people, but I think we know the fight's closing in now, and hopefully in the next couple of weeks we're looking at an announcement.
Yeah. Obviously, like you said, many people believe you should have walked away with the world titles that night. Even though you're not the champion, do you feel like you kind of have a bit more bargaining power when it comes to this fight, in a way, because of the performance last time, and because, like you said, people believe you should have walked away as the champion?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter what people believe. I believe I should have won the fight. I didn't get the decision. We move on from that, but I think everything's kind of led to this moment now for this rematch to happen. It's a big fight, and ultimately I just want to get my hands on him again.
Yeah, we can't wait to see that fight when it does happen, because I think we all know it has to. I do have to ask you about the situation with Chris Eubank and Eubank-Benn. Look, we should have been looking forward to that fight tonight. It isn't happening. Just kind of your initial reaction when you saw the news break on Wednesday, Jack? Yeah,
a bit shocked really. Been caught with this drug in his system in a drug test. Bit baffled that the fight looked like it was still going to go ahead even though there was a finding. Just a bit of a mad 70 odd hours since it happened. Watched all the interviews and read all the stuff online, and as it stands for me, if he's been caught with something in his system, well, the fight should have been shut off straight away. There shouldn't have been any waiting till fight week, and that's my stand on it.
Were you surprised at how quickly, after the news had broke via that Daily Mail article, the promoters and the fighters and everyone relevant to the fight was kind of insistent that the fight would still go ahead? Was you kind of surprised how quickly they just fired that
morning, and they jumped on TalkSport straight away, insisting that fight was still happening over the weekend, and it baffled me because I guess there's that much money involved in that fight that it is damaging, and it will be damaging to everybody that's involved in it that it's not happening, but I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah. And obviously there's a situation where VADA isn't recognised by the board, and obviously I know you would know a lot about the testing because of the fights you've been in and you would have gone through that before. Do things need to change? I know as fighters, kind of you're not the one to say anything that I suppose would make any real informed difference. But the things need to change. You've got a testing body like VADA who aren't recognised by our British Boxing Board.
Yeah, very confusing. Why do we sign up to these drug testing organisations if they're not recognised by certain governing bodies, etc.? I just think there's too many grey areas in the sport where it's opinion based or there's no legal requirements. I think the stuff definitely needs to be changed.
I'm going to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.